and welcome to Amazing Jessy Show. It's Wednesday, and it also is the second official day of Amazing Jessy Summer Flash. So I hope you're ready because it's going to be a blast. So this whole week, my topic is how who you are affects what you do. So can we please turn to Matthew 5:14-16? It says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and give it light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." So, as Christians, we are the light that shines throughout the whole world. We are a city that is built on a hill, and we cannot put our light under a bushel. We cannot dim our light for anybody. And for no reason. We can't dim our light for fame, for people, to get places. We can't. Because we, as Christians, we're supposed to let our light shine all over the world so that they can see our light and glorify our Father in heaven. So today, I have some of my friends who are Christians and born again. And I want them, they're going to come here and introduce themselves and show you that they are the light of the world. And we're going to see how who they become has affected their lives. So, can we please welcome Kimberly, Elizabeth, and Izembe? Hi, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. You can unmute yourself, Izembe, because we want to hear all your beautiful voices. You guys look amazing today, I'm just saying. So, before we start, can you guys all introduce yourselves, starting with Elizabeth?
Hello everyone, I am Elizabeth Alumika. I am 13 years old and I am a Pentecostal Christian. I was born on the 10th of May 2007 and my hobbies are dancing, singing, art, gymnastics, and many more, as you guys know from the other interview, I guess. And I also have a channel called the Lizzie John channel, the as in THE, and Lizzie John is together, no space, LIZZY.
Okay, that is wonderful, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. Could you please move on to Kimberly?
Hey guys, my name is Kimberly Alumeka. I was born on the 21st of January 2005. My hobbies are singing, playing music, and reading. I have a YouTube channel as well. It's called Kimberly Alumeka. That's KIMBRLY. Well, you can see it from down there, but please go follow.
And now on to Izembe.
Hi everyone, my name is Zyangbe Osaime. I was born on the 13th of July 2004. I am 16 years old and I like to sing, to cook, to read, and to play music as well.
Well, you guys are pretty well-rounded people, if I do say so myself. And so now here we are on an interview, and we are so close, but yet so far, mainly because of the whole coronavirus situation going on right now. So just to get to know a little bit more, how was quarantine for you guys? Now starting with Lizzie again. Like, was it a positive experience? Just take us through the whole thing briefly.
Well, it was a good experience, I guess, because it helped me to go outside more because I'm always inside and all, but bad because I really miss my friends and everything. So I guess it was good and bad.
Yeah, I think it was good and bad for like a lot of people. Yeah. So, Kimberly.
It was good and bad as well. Good as in I got to try new things, and I went out more, which is surprising because I don't go outside ever. But it's bad because, at the beginning, it was like during school time. And so it was harder for me to like learn things because, it's harder when you learn at home than when at school. And I also miss my friends. So, yeah.
Yeah. And Izembe, how was it for you?
Quarantine was it was okay, really. I don't think I minded it as much as a lot of people did. Cause usually I don't go outside that much. I don't really go many places. So staying at home was fine for me. Got to spend loads of time with my family. I'm pretty sure I got a lot closer with my family. And I did miss my friends, obviously. And I did miss going outside without a mask and being able to hug people. I miss that a lot. But, it was nice to kind of get away from the outside world for a little bit and just stay inside.
Yeah, I can say, well, no, for some people, it was like more going outside, but I'm technically not a social, like a person who goes outside anyways. So I still didn't go outside. I just try to get some things for myself inside anyways. So I know a lot of people would have got like quarantine would have been something terrible for them or something amazing for them that helped them learn a lot of new things or find something for themselves. So I want to ask you guys, is there anything like a lesson you like a valuable lesson that you could have taken out of this whole coronavirus situation? Starting with Lizzie again.
That you shouldn't take things for granted, I guess, because this pandemic was very deadly and people were dying, and people still went to work, well, caretakers and everything, and you don't really want to get caught in the situation because you're like, because me personally, I'm afraid of death and everything, and it helped me to get closer to God and to pray so that nothing happens to me or my family.
Yeah, I think I would say the same thing too, because you're afraid of anything happening to you and for anyone you love. So you always pray, and I think that is very true. So, and Kimberly.
Well, I guess a lesson I learned is that you don't miss things until they're gone. Like, I kind of miss my freedom, even though I didn't actually take advantage of it when we didn't have quarantine. And now that I don't have my friends here, I miss them more than I would usually do, like, on the summer holidays, because I can't see them at all. So, yeah.
And Izembe?
I think one thing that rang true is that your family is kind of one of the core pieces of your life, because friends, you didn't get to spend time with your friends unless you FaceTime them or something, or your teachers, your mentors, anyone. But your family, for these last 3-4 months, we stay with our family, and so that just shows the importance of family. And I'd say a good few people got a bit closer with their family because they were always spending time with them. So.
I wonder what house you guys lived in. I went crazy because of my family. I need to go back to school. But yeah, I think what you're saying is totally true. And that family was like, even though we're in a situation where a lot of things are being destroyed, your family is still always the people that are right beside you, no matter what. So I think all you guys said was so true and so amazing. And I know you guys are very, very talented people. So what did you guys learn learn anything new during this quarantine? I usually start with Lizzie, but this time we're gonna start with Zembe. So
yay! During quarantine, I did a few things. I started painting. I painted a little bit on my wall. Can't see it because it's on my wall. I started drawing a little bit because before my drawing was horrendous. It was very bad.
I can say the same thing. So yeah.
So I worked on my drawing a little bit. I did a few sketches, and I started learning Korean, the language. Yes,
Would you say you
really
have a
like
good
the culture.
accent, a good Korean accent?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I really want to know. So let's hear some of it. What can you say in Korean?
Okay, well, I only really started learning it a little bit more recently, so I don't know that many things. I can say some basic things. For example, 안녕하세요 is hello, or 여보세요 is hello when you answer the phone. 아니 is no. 예 is yes. 안녕 is goodbye. Kansaumida is thank you to somebody formal, or gumawo is thank you to somebody like your friend or something. So it's really interesting in Korean because there's a huge difference between the how you speak to maybe your teachers or like the police to how you speak to your friends and family. It's very interesting.
Would you say it's harder than French? Like, 'cause that's what you learn in school. So
Um, Yes, because French is very easy for me. Well, mainly because I do like the language, but I think it's a little harder than French because if you do study French, then you see that a lot of English words look like French. They might have an accent here or there, but
yeah.
they're basically the same thing, or you can connect them to English. But in Korean, there's whole new different symbols and everything. So I had to learn, what they mean. So it was a little bit harder, but it's really fun. So.
Cool. I'm very. What is that word where you say you're good at learning languages?
I
Links.
don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm not good.
linguistics.
Yeah, something like that. So I'm not very good at learning languages. So good on you for doing that. So Kimberly, what did you learn this quarantine?
I guess I've been singing a lot more. I tried picking up the guitar. I mean, it's been going good so far, and I've been learning some ukulele too. So yeah. Oh, and reading a lot more too.
Yeah.
What would you say are your 3 favorite authors?
I mean, I don't know.
Is it because so what are your 3 very favorite genres of books?
Well, I guess I don't think I have a particular genre that I like.
So
I just
like
read whatever is good.
So you're a well-rounded reader then?
Yes.
Yeah, I should probably try that. I've been obsessed with Dark Diaries for a while, so I need to move on. And Lizzie.
Well, I have been training my voice more and singing more. I've been drawing some more, and I've been learning some more tricks to dancing and gymnastics.
Oh, I also heard you're looking for abs or something, like working out. Or
Yeah.
yeah. So well, you guys are pretty good for that. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all did a lot of stuff this quarantine. So well done, guys. So we're gonna play our first game to see how good. It's a quarantine game, so we'll see how good you guys are at this one. So basically, at the end of it, if I give you 1 point, you say that's 10 points. If you get 3 points, you have 30 points. So basically, before we play that game, I'm going to ask you guys a question, which gives you an advantage in the game. So what year did I go to Nigeria? Yeah, it's a pretty general question. What year did I go to Nigeria?
2019.
You say 2018. Lizzie, what'd you say?
2008.
2018, yes.
Yeah, 2018.
2018.
Oh, no, then. What is the specific thing I want to be in the future?
A singer/doctor.
Okay, you say that, Lizzie?
A researcher a medical researcher.
And Kimberly?
Yeah, a medical researcher.
Okay, so Izembe, you're wrong. So we're gonna say I want to be a scientific researcher. So you guys are right. So we're just gonna move into the game now, and Izembe gets to pick last. So Kimberly will pick first because she's older. I'm sorry, Lizzie. So the game is there's a teenager, there's a parent, and then there's an elderly. Kimberly, who do you want to be?
The teenager.
Lizzie?
A parent.
And Zemi's the elderly then. Okay, so Kimberly, explain to me how quarantine was from your view as a teenager.
Well,
the game is called Put Yourself in Their Shoes. Okay, let's see. Okay. How's quarantine for you? Or the whole coronavirus thing?
I guess it was scary because, you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know if your parents are in danger. You don't know if you're in danger. You don't know if you could have, you could have like gotten coronavirus, or
No,
contaminated someone
specifically
else.
as a
Oh,
person. Say, okay, for example, I'm a teenager. I'm 15 years old, and I had to stop going to school because of the whole coronavirus situation. When I was at home, I was very, very annoyed by my brothers and my sisters. But then I
okay.
tried doing a little bit more reading, and then I tried to do some singing, all those kind of stuff. So tell me from a teenager's point of view, like a specific
Okay.
teenager, say.
Okay. So coronavirus started and I had to stop going to school. It was a bit hard because I couldn't learn as much as I usually would at school because, it's like you're less motivated and, it's harder, I guess, in a way. I miss my friends because, we're no longer talking. Well, we talk, but like online, but we don't see each other face to face. We don't like, go out together. I guess my siblings were really annoying during this period. Wouldn't leave me alone, kept bugging me. But I did, pick up a few things like reading, playing a new instrument, on research and all of that stuff.
Okay, great. And now, Lizzie, your turn. How's quarantine from you as a parent's point of view?
Okay, I am, let's say, 37, and coronavirus has been so stressful, especially because I had to quit my job. Plus, my children are so irritating sometimes, so noisy, up and down, up and down. You would think that coronavirus would make things a lot easier. No, it doesn't, because you have to be driving up and down, getting so many emails, helping your children with their homework. They're not even grateful for anything.
Great, you really got into the role, Lizzie.
That's
Okay, Izembe.
Okay, I am a part of the elderly community. I'll say I'm 86.
true. That's
I had to stay at home because I am at high risk because due to my low immunity. I had to stop seeing my children and my grandchildren. Some volunteers came to bring me some food. They leave it at the door and then I had to get it myself. I video called with my kids, but it got a little bit lonely because I was by myself or with my elderly husband, either way. But it was a bit lonely because I couldn't see them. And now I can see them at a distance because it's a little bit more calmed down, but I am still at risk. So yeah.
Well, you guys did actually really good. Izembe's one of the, actually, I was about to cry because, you never really realize how hard it is for the other person in this whole situation. So I really hope, except Kimberly, I really hope you guys really noticed that other people were also going through something really bad as well, and as in the whole world really went through something. So who do you think was kind of better, had it kind of better in this situation?
The teenager.
the teenager.
Yeah. And Examine, what do you think, teenager?
Teenager, yeah.
Yeah, and who do you think had it worse?
The elderly.
I think the elderly, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if the adult lost their job, there was still some grants that you could get from the government to sustain you for the COVID allowance.
And they still had their family around them to keep them company. So even though everyone went through something, it's nice to put ourselves in other people's shoes to see what they really could have gone through. So I would declare Izembe the winner of this round.
Thank
So that would give you 3 points. So you have 30 altogether, and you guys have 1 point, so you have 10. So another part of who you guys are Christians. You guys are born again Christians. So could you guys please tell us what church do you attend and what do you do in that church? Starting with Kimberly.
I attend Trim House of Mercy, Galway. I am in the choir. Yeah, I'm in the choir.
Okay, Lizzie.
I attend Trim House of Mercy, Galway, and I am in the choir and I also dance.
And Izembe.
I attend Trim House of Mercy, Galway, and I am in the choir.
So a question, just to get you guys thinking. do you think if you went away from your church for, let me say, a week or a month or something like that, do you think your church will really be missing something? Okay, yes or no? Okay, Izembe.
What do you mean?
Like, would you think they would be missing something
like
they
miss
really?
me?
No, not you. What you do?
Oh, I think so.
Okay, Kimberly.
I think so too. Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
We're not on the maybes. You're just yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, and Lizzie.
Well, is it like as in me, or as in
What you do? Would you say that they? Yeah.
it depends on what they think. I don't really know. I don't
Think
know.
about
Maybe.
what you do and say, would your church have someone who could do the same thing as you, the same way as you, or?
Well, singing they do have other people, but dancing, no.
So yes, they would be missing something.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me why do you think they would be missing something?
I don't know. I feel like I'm a big I'd like to think that I'm a big part of, the choir department,
Yeah.
and I do a lot in the choir department as of recent.
Yeah.
So I'd say that if I did leave for a period of time, that there would be some type of gap, sort of.
Yeah. So is that the same for you, Kimberly?
Yeah.
And Lizzie?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I have some specific questions for you guys so that we can get this going. So I'm going to start with Kimberly's question because it's one of my favorite questions. Okay. So if God told you to wait, what do you want to be in the future? Like, what's your dream?
I mean, I have many, but the one that that I really, really,
Yeah.
really want to do, I want to be a cardiothoracic surgeon.
Got it. So if God told you to not do that and just focus on your music career, do you think you would have enough faith to listen to that?
Yes, actually. I mean, he did say it, so he obviously has a better plan for me than the way I'm gonna go.
So you think as like if God told you when you're older, do not do anything like I don't know, but like if don't go to the surgeon, don't be a surgeon, just focus on your music, you would leave it.
Yes, I would.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. If you're answering honest, if we all need to answer very honestly with this. Okay, Izembe, your turn. Has there ever been anything your peers or the people around you have wanted to do, but you couldn't because you're a Christian?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. That's a given, especially because I am in secondary school.
Yeah.
So, it's a given. Maybe say there was like a party or something, and I know that I can't go there because I know what they're gonna do, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to put myself in that spot where I'll feel uncomfortable. So I'm just like, there's no need because I know I can't. So yeah.
So have you ever been pressured to do it?
Well, not exactly. Other than the fact that I know my mother would say no, there's me knowing that it's not something that I would do as a person. So there's no need to feel any pressure.
Okay. And Lizzie, what is one thing as a Christian that you find hard to do? As in like reading the Bible, prayer, fasting, any of those things as a Christian, what do you find hard to do?
Well, I think it's like Bible scriptures, like trying to get the meaning of what it trying to get like what it means.
So understanding the Bible.
Yeah.
Have you ever like asked anybody so you go to a Bible verse, have you ever asked, oh, what does this mean? Or do you just leave it as that, or do you ask God?
I have asked people. I research sometimes,
Yeah.
and there are sometimes I can easily get some scriptures and like understand what it means.
Or would you, and do you read them in other versions, or do you just use King James?
No, I read easy read as well. I use different translations to get the meaning of it.
Okay. So I want us to test a bit of you guys's, if that's the word, you guys' knowledge of the places, the Bible scriptures. If you guys don't mind. Yay! No, this one I promise you guys will probably do good at this. Okay. So Zembe at this point has 30 points, and you and Kimberly and Lizzie and Kimberly have 10. So I'm going to name out a Bible verse, and this game is called New Testament, Old Testament, Book, Verse. So I'm going to name out and read a verse in the Bible, and you have to tell me if it's in the New Testament or the Old Testament. And if you do, you get a point. And if you can tell me exactly where it is, you get 2 points. So, are you guys ready?
That's something.
Okay. So the first one. And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature in favor with God and man. Don't say, just tell me if you know. And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. Okay, Lizzie?
Is it the New Testament?
Are you asking?
Oh, the New Testament.
The New Testament. And do you think you can tell me exactly where is that all you can do? It's okay.
Should I say the script?
You don't have to. Is do you know exactly where it is, or just that's in the New Testament or the Old?
No, I don't know where exactly. I don't know exactly where it is.
So your front answer is New Testament.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. You get a point. Okay, next one. Jesus wept.
New
Who knows?
Testament.
Who's putting up the hand for this one? Okay, Zemi, put up your hand first. So
New Testament.
you know where it is? No?
And Jesus wept.
No, it's just Jesus wept.
Oh, no, I don't. I think I have an idea, but I don't know the exact verse.
Do you want to go with your idea?
No.
Okay, so you got another point, which is 40 now. And next one. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagle. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Okay, Kimberly?
Old Testament.
Old Testament. That your fun answer, and do you know where it is?
I don't know exactly, but I feel like maybe Proverbs.
Do you want to answer with Proverbs, or do you want to just answer?
I don't know.
Are you gonna Google Old Testament?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you're right as well. I really want someone to get where it is in the Bible, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. So this is the last one. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Does anyone know? For this one, I'll give 2 points. Wait, put down your hands. Okay, put them up again. Okay, that was Liz. Should I say it again?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so
I feel like it might be the new.
for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given.
I say the New Testament.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
And you're wrong. It's the Old Testament, and it's in Isaiah 9:6. So I'm not going to tell you where all the other ones were. The first one, which was, and Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and favor with God and man, is Luke 2:52, which I thought someone was going to know. And Jesus wept is in John 11:35. The Isaiah, which is the day that wait upon the Lord, is in Isaiah 40:31. And the last one is Isaiah 9:6. So at the end of this, Lizzie has 20, Kimberly has 20, and Zembe has 40. So I have 2 Bible verses, and I want us to discuss it and see what you guys think about them. So do you guys have your Bibles?
Yep.
Okay, can we go to Proverbs 26:4? It's gonna be good. Okay, so I'll read it. I hope you guys are there. This is King James Version. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou be like unto him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit. Do you guys understand? Or should I go to easy read? Should I read easy read version?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says, there's no good way to answer fools when they say something stupid. If you answer them, then you too will look like a fool. And then 5 says, if you don't answer them, then they will think they are smart. So what do you do? What do you guys think about it? Hey, Liz?
Is this like what do you do?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think it's trying to tell you?
I say that I think it's saying that you should tell them, and if they don't listen, then leave them. Like you shouldn't force them to understand.
But in the starting, it says if they say something stupid and you answer, you just look like a fool. So, is that babe?
I'd say it's saying that it's not all the time that you should answer if somebody says something. It's like if you know that what they're saying is not, it's nonsensical, then there's no point in answering because you're just making yourself look a bit silly. So
But it also says in 5 that if you don't answer them, they'll think they're smart. So you want a fool to go off as smart, or do you want a fool to learn? Do you think it's contradicting?
It is contradicting.
So then what is it trying to tell you to do? Any thoughts? No, should I explain? Do you think?
I think maybe it's saying that you should give words of wisdom and maybe not like, answer it directly, but like, give them like, words of wisdom.
Should I explain it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So once I finish explaining this, you'll think like, whoa, why is the Bible saying that? Okay, so what it's trying to tell us is that there's 2 types of fools. There's a fool who is just saying foolish things and is too proud to want to learn that they're saying foolish things. And there's also a fool who is saying foolish things, but also is humble enough to want to understand. So when a fool is saying something foolish, you have to identify what kind of fool it is first. And if it's a fool who does not want to listen or doesn't want to learn, don't say anything. But if you know it's someone who's saying something foolish, but still is humble enough to want to learn, then that's when you say something so they will think that they're smart. So yeah, that's what it's saying. You want to try another one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have Proverbs 22:13-14 and Ephesians 6:4. Proverbs 22:13-14 says, withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. And then 14 said, thou shalt beat him with the rod and shalt deliver his soul from hell. And then Ephesians 6:4 says, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. So, which one is right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is saying that do not spare the rod, but you should, because if you do not spare the rod, your child won't die, but you're actually delivering them from destruction. But then Ephesians 6:4 says, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. So, Zembe?
Now, in my opinion, the first one, in the rod, the rod is a metaphor. It doesn't mean an actual rod.
So you don't discipline.
Just it's for discipline. So all the parents out there, you don't need to beat your kids. Anyway, so it's saying that you need to discipline your kids. That's what the one proverb is saying. Because if you don't discipline them, then they're gonna go off the rails. They're going to go into destruction. But the second one is what's the second one again?
And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of God.
The second one is saying that don't overdo it, you know? I think that's what it's saying. Because there's a difference between discipline and abuse, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you're overdoing it, then your kids aren't going to want to listen to you, and they're just not going to get the message you're trying to send them. But if you bring them up in the way of the Lord, then they'll have God by their side, and they'll also be disciplined, and so they'll lead a good life. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got the straight off the bat. So yeah, you're right. I think it's like saying train up a child in the way they will go, so that when they're older, they're not depart from it. So that you should discipline them, but know when it's turning from discipline to abuse and all those things. So yeah, you guys are right. And last thing we're going to be talking about today is peer pressure and how to deal with peer pressure. So as Christians and as teenagers in general, I can say that that they deal with peer pressure. So how would you guys? Okay, I'm going to give you maybe a scenario. So say like Izemi said, there's a party, but you know what that party is something that you should, as a Christian, shouldn't be at. But then your friend is telling you that, oh, if you don't go to this party, you're just a weak person, you're not strong enough, and all those things in life. How would you say that you can deal with peer pressure and stuff like that in general? So like, what's a word of advice you could say? Kimberly.
Well, are you saying like how I would deal it, or how I would give someone?
How would you say you should deal with it? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that if your friend is, pressuring you to do things, calling you names because you don't want to do it, then that friend is not a good friend, and that you should leave them and, make friends with people who are going to encourage you and not pressure you into doing things that are wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying that we should not. So what about if all the people around you are those kind of people?
Well, then you find new people to hang out with. Or you can, I guess you can speak to them, tell them what's right and tell them your boundaries. And, if they don't want to listen, then leave them.
Yeah. Okay, Izembe.
Yeah, I agree with Kimmy, because if your friends are pressuring you, then they're not your friends. They should know what makes you feel uncomfortable, the things you can't do, things you can do. And as she said also, if they're not the type of, because they're a different type of friends, if they're your real friends, they won't make you feel uncomfortable or pressure you into anything. And if they're not your real friends, then you should leave them, and God will guide you to some people who will help you, and you guys will help each other. So
okay, and Liz.
Yeah, I agree with Kim and Izembe, because if they were your friends, they should know where your boundaries are, and like if you wanted to do something like that, and they should just be your friends and support you with whatever you want to do and everything, and like tell you to do the right thing, like not support you for the bad things, like support you for whatever like good stuff you wanted to do and everything.
But don't you think that if you had friends who do would you say that if you have friends who do that anyways, but don't pressure you to do it, are they still friends you should have?
No. I mean, unless if you can help them, to change. But if there are people who are not willing to change, then you have to leave.
Okay. So I agree with you guys fully as well. But I think that the first step to knowing when those friends are not the right friends is knowing who you are first, and then knowing, because this whole thing is about who you are affects how you live. So I think before you know how you're supposed to live, you're supposed to fully understand who you are and fully understand who you're supposed to hang out with and all those things. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Okay, and last question today, I want to ask, did you want to say something, Lizzie? Okay.
No.
So what do you guys love about church and service, and why? Because I know that the parents are always asking us, why do we go to church? What's the reason for it? It's not about friends, it's not about seeing people, but why? What do you love about church and service? Does anyone, who wants to go first? Okay, Lizzie, you can go first this time.
So I know how adults are like, if your parents didn't drag you to church, would you come? me in person, I would come because I'm always excited to go to church. Kimberly knows, like, if we're going late, I'm always like, text mom, do something. Mom, we're 5 minutes. There's 5 minutes left. Make it. Go faster. This, that. I'm always just excited to go to church, and like, just the praise and worship alone, just it's very like fulfilling, and it's very energetic, and it makes me very happy. And then when the preacher starts to preach, I understand what they're saying, and I'm able to like listen, and
Yeah.
and I'm able to follow this instruction. So if I feel like somebody in my house is not following the instruction, I'll tell them. I'll be like, did you not listen to what pastor is saying? Like, if you didn't, you should start opening your ears and listen, blah, blah, blah. Even to my mom, I'll tell her, mom, but pastor said this, pastor said that. And yeah, so yeah.
So that's what draws you to church, the whole service, in fact.
Yeah, the whole service.
Yeah. Okay, Kimberly?
Well, like Lizzie said, about the parents asking if like your parents didn't drag you to church, would you go? I definitely would go. I honestly love church. I feel like it's a very uplifting place. It's like a place where you can't be angry. Like I could be angry in the car or at home, like going to church. And once I step into the church, I feel like it's like a whole new me. Like all the the anger is like being washed away.
Yeah.
Like church is just like a very happy place, like praise is always uplifting. Like I don't know, but like it's just really
a nice place to be. Yeah.
Yes, it's really good. And hearing like the word, it's like it's like what you call it, inspirational. Like it gives you inspiration for the week and whatnot. And I just love it.
Anizame.
I would say I love the atmosphere in church, It's just that also aside from the praise, the worship, and the word, which they're all very filling, as you said, and they get you excited for the day. Sunday is a very big day. I'd say for all of us, it's a very important day because we all love to be there. Aside from that, in church, there's a really good atmosphere, and we're all one family. So it doesn't matter if or what we're going through, and we can all tell each other as a family, and it's a really nice environment. It's a place where if you go there, then all your burdens are lifted, then you can just go for a respite. It's a really nice place to go.
So would you guys say there's like a huge difference from church online and the actual being in the actual auditorium place?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I miss it so much.
Me too.
I just love it. Yeah, that's so true. Do you guys, another question I want to ask, because you know how we were talking about peer pressure and pressure you get from your friends and all those things. Would you say that there's any pressures you may get at home, maybe as, I don't know, a girl, because we're all girls here, and as, I don't know, a teenager, any of those things? Is there any pressures you feel at home to be a certain, to live at some level or something like that?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, let's explain some. Isabel, you can go first.
Well, as usual, there's the pressure to do well in school. But like if you make that decision yourself, then it's not really a pressure. But sometimes it gets, we might be 2 marks off that A or that B. And it's just like, I wish I did this. And there's always the pressure. But there's also the pressure of being a girl, because there are certain standards that you need to meet, I mean, in my house, it's a little bit, I'd say it's not really that, in your face. It's not that bad. Like if we're talking about chores or something, it's not like I have to do all the chores or anything. It's really shared, but sometimes it gets like, it's a lot, because, we are girls and we have a lot more things to think about for our lives.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, like Sammy said, first there is school and the pressure to be the best, and because like your parents are always telling you, they're not comparing you, kind of, they're like telling you that that you could be better and everything, and so you try your hardest. So it's a little bit of pressure there, and then there's also the house, and the fact that you're a girl, it's just stressful
Yeah.
because you have a lot more to do. And in my house, I'm usually the one that they call to do stuff because my mom is like,
Kimberly's like, what?
no, Kimberly, no. Because even in general, people always call me to do stuff. I'm like, it's can get out of hand, but I can't really say or do anything about it because I don't want to be disrespectful or anything.
Kimberly, do you think there's a different story to that?
Well, I definitely think that I do the most in this household. I mean, Lizzie knows I'm actually a bit of a rebel in my house because, one thing I hate when people say is you need to be able to do this because you're a girl. So when you get to your husband's house, how are you going to do this? Yeah. But I mean, I get, we need to learn it. But I mean, what's wrong with my brother learning how to do it? I'm the oldest in this household, like as the oldest child in this household. And so, there's a lot of pressure on me because, you have to be like a good example to your siblings, but also like being a girl, like, my mom says, even if your younger siblings don't do it, you should do it yourself. But it's like, they like, okay, we'll say messing up the kitchen, like, or eating and leaving dishes. My younger brother, he'll eat his food, leave it in the sink, and expect who to wash it? And then I have to either make him wash it or do it myself. So,
Yeah. But I feel like no matter the pressure I get from home, I really don't want to be a boy. So I will handle it
it's like they expect less from boys because they're always at us. So is it that they expect more from us than boys because God made us as equal people. So like if you're in a husband's house, do stuff as well.
I feel like in the end, when we're married, we'll finally understand what they're talking about. But I feel like now we might not. Or what do you want to say, Zoe?
It's just that I feel like marriage shouldn't be the only objective, like I have to live like my plan now. I'm going to go to college, finish everything, live my own life a little bit before I get married, because I'm not even thinking of, oh, who am I going to marry? Well, not exactly. Not exactly. I'm not thinking, oh yes, I'm going to marry this person at this age. I'm just like, I have to live my life. It's not like it is important to me, of course, but it's not one of my priorities, So I just learning all things and saying, oh yeah, you have to know how to cook this. Well, I can learn how to cook. I know how to cook already. It's like my brother's gonna learn how to cook too. It's fine, But I do understand a little bit of the pressure, obviously, but sometimes it just seems a little bit over the top. Yeah.
I know sometimes I know that there's one line that my mom and dad always tell me. So there's the line is even if Ronnie and Abby do it, you shouldn't do it, Jessica. And I feel like in some way that we should all be able to do stuff and not do stuff. So yeah, I understand the pressure that comes with the whole teenager and girl and school and all those things in general. But speaking of my our pastor, we all go to the same church and we all have the same pastor, and I'm pretty sure he's watching right now. So is there anything specifically you like about his preaching and his preaching in general, or the way he does it?
I mean, like, can I?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to other churches before, but there's just something about preaching. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but I just really enjoy sitting there and listening to it, because it's like I can understand it immediately, and it makes meaning to me as, a Christian, as a person. I can carry it with me, and it's just that just sitting to the preaching is very energetic,
Yeah, he is. I think that's his workout for the day. So like when he gets on one of his preaching, when he does a preaching, and then he starts sweating and all those things. I don't know. For me, I have gotten used to the way he preaches, and when I go to other churches, I really see the difference between preachers and all those stuff. So I'd say I also can't pinpoint it, but I just say I really do enjoy it. Is that the same for you guys?
Yeah. And like Kizembe said about like a pastor being energetic, he's very interactive with the church as well. He he likes to get the church's opinion and everything. And like when you go to other churches, they don't really interact. They're very firm, and you don't really see their soft side.
Well, maybe that's just what we're used to. And what I also like about the way Pastor preaches is the way because he's a lawyer, he likes to put in all those lawyers
terminology.
Oh my god.
And then he was like, I rest my case. And I was just
and he always put all those really interesting stories about his childhood, even if we've heard them maybe like 10 times. I like the way he puts in all of the stories and stuff like that. So I can say I really, really enjoy those things about his preaching. And it'd take me a really long time to get used to someone else preaching and all the stuff. So, and also about church. Is there anything you guys think that you would like to see, like changes you would like to say, improvements in church, in our church maybe specifically, or something like that? Or churches in general, anything you guys see that you want to improve or change or something like that? No?
I don't know.
I feel like you wouldn't know until something actually changes. Like when someone comes up and says, oh, I need this, and you're like, oh yeah, that is so true, and stuff like that. I feel that's what always happens at the end. But then I'm to myself, why didn't I think of this? So I think we really need to get our brain stirring with church. Like my dad always says, the world is far ahead, and we need to catch up with the world and stuff like that. And also, we've all been to Catholic churches, right?
Yeah.
Which would you say you prefer, like going to a Catholic church or a Pentecostal?
Pentecostal
church.
No, nothing against Catholic church,
Okay.
But I strongly prefer Pentecostal church.
Yeah, same.
Why?
It's, no offense.
Lizzie? Oh, wait, you can go.
I don't know, Pentecostal church, it's just like, okay, from the praise, the worship, it's very energetic. It's something you can really get into. But I've been in Catholic church before many times, but it's just like, everything is so slow and low-key and quiet. But in Pentecostal, you get to like fired up, and it's very, very nice to be a part of it.
I think so too. I mean, in the Catholic church, it's a totally different atmosphere, I think. When you go in, Liz, do you want to say something?
Do you know how parents are like, why are you guys so, you're not concentrating in our church, church, but you are in the Catholic church? I feel like because the Catholic church is kind of like a quiet place to be in, and like it's just like, but in a Pentecostal church, it's very vibrant, it's very alive. And you just
I think so. I think so too. Especially, I don't know. I just really like our church. I'm not gonna lie, I just really love it. So, do you guys think that like as young people or young people in general are well involved in the church?
Yes.
In our church, yes. Yeah.
Maybe not all the churches, but like in our church, yes, a lot. Yeah. My friend was telling me about it the other day. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's a young person in every department. In most departments anyways, which I think is very good. I think that young people is the generation coming up, and that we need to, that it's good to get them more involved in the church. Is something you want to say, anybody?
I think that our church is one of the churches where they actually allow young people to do stuff, because it's the kids to go to. It's always the adults who have to do stuff, but then they'll be complaining that why the children don't do anything. It's because they don't give them a chance. But in our church, we have a chance to do stuff.
Kimberly?
You know that, okay. You know the time like where my family, we had to move. We moved to Ballyhonnis, So we attended a different church. Then it wasn't Trem, it was a different church. I guess I preferred our church way more because, when I was in Trem, it was like I got to do more things. I was in the choir, I got to, say things. But when we went to that church, it took a lot for them to actually allow us to enter the choir. Like the people who were in the choir were either adults or like older teenagers. So we weren't really allowed to do things.
I also think that our church has really helped me in like school life or outside life because of church we started at a young age going on the altar and actually seeing a lot of people, so that's why I can do more things in school. I'm not that shy and all those things, so I think the church, by involving young people at that age, it really helps us in the rest of our lives. So yeah, is there anything else you guys want to say about the church?
Yeah, just concerning the youth in the church, I feel like the fact that our church, or just Trem in general, because I know the Trem branches in art, at least, like all the young people are really involved. It just it helps us to actually be a part of the church. It's not that, because if you're just a member as a young person, you might not be motivated to actually go to church. Like, it might take a little bit for you to actually receive the word. But if you're in the choir or the ushers or any of the departments, you're like, oh, I have something to do there, and it helps you to actually become more involved, to actually like going there, to become more in tune with what's going on with the church. So it helps.
There's a question I wanted to ask you guys, because like I know the adults ask it like a lot of the time. There's many questions I want to ask you guys. So one of them is, do you guys think it's hard for you guys to bring your friends to church, friends that are not already in your church? Do you think it's hard for you guys? Like each of you answer. So Lizzie.
I think it's hard because I have mixed friends, different types of friends, and some of them I'm familiar with our type of church because ours is very loud, and their church is very quiet and all. So I just feel like they might not enjoy it as much because most of them don't even go to church that often, anyways.
But don't you think it's better in the end for them to, even if they're not used to what you're used to, but in the end, if they're getting saved and if it's bettering their life, I feel like it should be, it will, anyways, even if it's hard at first, that you should at least take the chance. So Kimberly?
I guess it is kind of hard because my friends go to Catholic church. And so I did actually bring them to our church once, but it was like more like a church event, not really a church service.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is good because, get them, like it's just like a different feel. And, praying that they get saved is also, one of the big factors that,
Yeah, that motivate you to bring them. Yeah. Kimberly and Izembe?
I'd say, well, it depends really, the friend, because I do have friends, because majority of my friends are already saved, like it's like I'm talking about my school friends. Yeah, I only have school friends in church. So my school friends, like the people I'm close to in school, they're all saved. I'd say all of them. Maybe one or two aren't. And it's not necessarily hard for me to invite them to church. It's just like, because some of my friends, they do sports. So Sunday is like, oh yeah, we have training on Sunday morning, so they can't come.
Oh
Or
yeah.
or they have a family tradition or something. So even if it would be a little bit hard because it's a new environment and everything, and you are thinking about how they would react, even though it is really important to invite them and to get them saved.
Yeah, I understand the feeling too. Do you know about the worship thing they're talking about, where we need to engage in the worship, like, because I'm pretty sure we've all led worship here in our church. So you know how they're talking about engaging in worship and really flowing in the spirit. Why do you think that it might be hard for us or some people to do that? Oh, Kimberly.
I guess maybe, well, for me, sometimes, or before when I did start, I was very nervous, I was like a bit shy. So, I was always afraid of, and sometimes still now, like I'm afraid of saying the wrong things or doing the wrong thing. And so, that's why.
And Lizzie?
I'd say the fact that people are staring at me, because I don't know. I just have a fear of people just looking at me. Because I notice in church, every time like I'm in church, I don't know. I just feel like people are just looking at me. I'm like kind of weirded out. I'm like looking around to see is there something wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Like, so yeah.
But like, wouldn't you just like maybe, because the whole when you're worshiping, I think the problem is we're not focusing on the worship, but we're focusing on the people around us. So that's what's making us feel the kind of fear of no people actually noticing us. So yeah, if you worked on that, yeah.
I feel like sometimes you see the adults leading worship and you're like, oh, they're very passionate, they're very energetic. And you're like, oh, can I do that? If I do it and it's not like that, will it be good enough? You have that kind of
Yeah.
mentality.
thinking pattern going on. But like what you should just do, because you're not supposed to copy anybody else. You have to kind of find your own way to do it, because everyone has their own signature way, even as
Yeah.
all the worship is to God and everything, but everyone has their own, because if you try and copy somebody else, it won't be genuine, and so it won't have the same
Yeah,
flavor.
it'll mostly be like just copying exactly, and I don't think you can really copy being in the spirit, so it won't turn out right. It'll turn out worse than you trying to. It'll turn out worse than you when you're just looking at noticing people looking at you. So I think that we need to actually work on that and think like, why am I not doing it and stuff like that. Do you guys, because I know we're all ministers, because you guys said you're in the choir in the church. So how do you prepare before ministering? This last question, I promise. Oh, Liz.
Oh wait, before I answer, I have a question after this, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, well, wait, what was the question again?
How do you prepare before ministering?
Oh, well, I pray, honestly. I ask God to help me to do good and to flow with the spirit and everything. And
So you pray.
Yeah, and I also give myself a pep talk in front of the mirror when I'm in the bathroom.
We're alike. Okay, Kimberly.
Well, I know that I listen to the song that I'm, going to sing or ministering. I practice a lot so that sometimes when you get out there, you forget, or you just start singing some other song.
Yeah.
And I pray too, because you need God's strength to do things, and you can't just do it by yourself.
Yeah. So prayer and practice. Yeah. Okay, and Izembe.
Same thing. Praying is very important, because you can tell the difference,
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're just singing, and it might be nice and everything, but it won't have the same effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even as the same energy that you put towards practicing, listen to the song, knowing the lyrics, making sure you have what you're doing down to the T, but it's still you have to put that same energy into the spiritual aspect of it.
So. Yeah.
Okay, so I told you with the last questions, but apparently some viewers want to ask you guys some questions. So they want to know how you became born again.
I was 7. I was
yeah, I was 7 too.
Yeah, no, actually I was, how old was I? I was 7, wasn't I?
Yeah, we were all 7, I think.
Yes, I was 7, and I received God into my life. And then at 7, because we had to go to the Bible class and the orientation, and then I got baptized in Leisureland. I got baptized, and after that I had a communion the next day. Yeah,
that's the same.
And Lizzie?
Well, we got baptized in a swimming pool.
Yeah, in Clear Galway swimming pool.
Clear Galway, yeah. And we got to sit in these special white seats. There's so much sounds and everything.
Yeah. But when did you guys fully like? Have you guys like? Cause when you were born again, I'm pretty sure that we all did at 7. But when did you really make the decision to be born again and make like not with your not your parents making the decision, but you? When did you make that decision?
I'd say it was more recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I was 7, I don't think I fully I didn't fully understand, the whole gravity. I was like, oh yay, we're getting born again. It was like, okay, yeah, it's something I should do. So I did it. But I'd say maybe when I was maybe 11 or 12,
Yeah.
that's when I properly, really dedicated myself. So
Kimberly?
I'd say I was like 12, 13, where I, became like more serious about things, knowing that I was also a minister at that age, and, becoming more dedicated to church, reading the Bible more, praying more, and all of that.
And Lizzie?
I would say 11, because that's when I used to like understand and try to make my life better and try to listen and understand the word even more than I had already,
Before, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the same thing. I think last year when I fully like it's when I sat myself down, I started to think about it, and then that's when I made the decision to do it. But then, what are you guys doing to try to grow in the spirit?
It was
Yeah.
Mine was during
What are you doing? Like, are you having more fellowship, or like what do you do to grow in the spirit?
Yes. I have a prayer session every day with God. It doesn't have to be like an hour or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I just like pray. Even if like sometimes in the middle of the night, I just have this reminder, you forgot to pray. I wake up immediately and I start praying for everything in life and yeah.
Yeah. Kimberly?
Well, I pray, yes. But one thing I do all the time is listen to music. I love listening to music. So like any type, but sometimes or most times I'd listen to gospel music. Like maybe, if I want it to be like quiet, I might like, put in my earplugs or whatnot and listen to music.
And Izembe?
Yeah, so there's fellowship and reading your Bible and praying. Also, because I think my connection really comes with the music. So there might be a specific song. I'm like, wow, that really speaks to me, this song. And then I play it and I play it over again. And then it just, I need like, for me to really get into the zone, I'd say I have to play some music because it just helps, it really helps.
Yeah, it does. I could say the same thing, but one thing I always found myself that I could do, and then I could like fellowship with God, is like I talk, like when I'm talking, it's like I'm talking to him like he's like the God's like right next to me, and we're just talking to each other, and I feel like that always helps me better with fellowshipping. So yeah, those things I do to try and go in the spirit. And we have got over 30 minutes by far. We have been here for an hour, and it's been so good talking to you guys. And by the end of it, Izembe won the 2 things. So I'm a woman of my word. So I am gonna have a prize for you guys. But before we go, there's something I want you guys to do because you guys are singers. So
I knew it.
And yeah, I can't let you leave without this. And Lizzie, don't be mad at me. I know you're a rapper, so I know you even made your own raps, and that is amazing to me. I'll even let you go last because that might be a bit shaky. You just something like 10 seconds or 30 seconds or anything like that. Maybe your favorite gospel song or something like that.
Oh wait, it
I
could
know
be
the people will love. What? Sorry.
Can it be any rap? Like, do I have to make it up?
No, just a rap you already know. A short
Okay.
rap. Okay. So, Dembe, one of my favorite people. You want to go first? Because I know the viewers will love to hear your very angelic voice.
Wait, so
Yeah, just sing a part of any song.
oh my god, now I don't know what to sing. It's just let me know.
Do you want to go second?
Yes, give me a second. Just give me first.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the name of the song. It's by Tasha Cobbs.
Just sing a part of the song.
Okay. Why do we do the things we do when it hurts inside? I never understand why. We're at a point in our lives when we're tired of our lies and the pain we feel inside. We want to make it right. I have nothing else to give except my life. Please accept my offering. I present to you my sacrifice. Holy, I'm coming back to you with my hand lifted high. I give you my all, and I give you my heart, life. I don't need to be emotional, but sometimes I cry when I think of all the pain that I caused you inside. But you still love me.
Woo! Oh, that was amazing. Also, one of my favorite songs. I'm pretty sure I listen every time I listen to Tasha Cobbs. That's one of the songs I listen to. So, Izembe, have you found a song that ministers to you?
Well, there's one song. I don't know. This song actually, it's like a really, I don't know. I think it's a really big song, but it just like every time I hear it, it's like, yes. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
How does it start?
It's fine. You can sing any part of it. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna start from the chorus.
Okay, no problem.
When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. I will trust in you.
Well done. That's actually what I was gonna sing. But you know what? Moving on, and it starts letting go of every single dream.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Okay, Liz, are you ready?
Yep. Okay. I have 2 raps, but I might just do one.
Okay, do your favorite one out of those. You ready?
Okay. This one is by Tasha Cobbs. I'm getting ready to rap in that song.
You know off by heart?
Yeah.
Well, that one's hard, so yeah, okay. Go.
Okay. Yeah.
Vibes.
Come on. Beach house vibe, maneuver to jet ski, cause of a god that parted the Red Sea, multi-million-dollar commercials for Pepsi, from food stamps to more ice than Gretzky. I done gotta talk, the Lord defends me. I watch them all fall for going against me. For me, cause me and not my angel shot the devil up. While you was trying to pull me down, I leveled up twice, I leveled up 3 times. He tapped him and told him that she's mine. So even when I cry, I knew I'd be fine. Prepare for a miracle blessing in these times. So praise him, raise him, name it, claim it. Every time that rises up against me, shame it. I breathe success coming out of my lungs. Got the power of life and death coming out of my tongue.
Woo! Amazing, you guys. Thank you so much for showing us some of your wonderful, wonderful talents. And just saying to everybody that's watching, these are all my girls in the Shabab Girls, and they are wonderful people, wonderful singers, wonderful ministers, and evidently a wonderful rapper. So I want to thank you guys, thank you all for coming on my show today. For 1 hour plus, even though it was a long time, you guys really showed all of us a good time, and how who you are has affected what you do, how you guys are lights of the world, and you don't let anybody dim your light, because you guys are just amazing, and you should not dim your light for anybody out there. Always remember that. And come back to see me on Friday with another one of my shows. Can't wait to see you guys later. Bye. Say bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.